Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. All of this could change very soon though, and we could see Carter flipping romantic partners in a way we don't expect. We're going to talk about how Katie might swoop in and fight for Carter, leaving Daphne stuck on the outside looking in. Right now, Carter is pushing to reunite with Hope. But now that she knows Liam Spencer Scott Clifton is dying, well, everything is going to change. He is going to be Hope's sole focus, and that could kill Carter's chance to get back with Hope. At the same time, Daphne determined to make Carter her man, and she keeps flirting with him and outright telling him that she wants him. Daphne's not being subtle at all. And interestingly, Carter seems open to listening to her pitches, even though he's still chasing Hope. He basically told her she can keep trying. But things are shifting, and Daphne may have competition for Carter that will blindside her. That is definitely not Hope, not who she's expecting. So there's several factors working against Carter getting a chance to reunite with Hope. First, of course, is that she feels like Carter chose Ridge Forrester Torsten K and Eric Forrester John M.C. Cook over her when he gave back the company without discussing it with her first. That is a valid concern whether you agree or disagree with the coup. Carter didn't check in with her. And I think he didn't check in with her because he knew she'd try to talk him out of it. But he did technically betray her. Second is that Hope's dad, Deacon Sharp Sean Kanan, thinks Carter is the wrong guy for his daughter flat out. And Deacon is pushing Hope, Annika, and Noelle back towards Liam. And that's even without knowing the guy's dying. And now that Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInneswood just hit Hope with the bombshell that Liam has the brain tumor, she's going to give her some more details on Friday. And that he is going to die. Well, of course. Hope going to want to soak up every moment that Liam's got left for her own sake, for their daughter Beth's sake. And that means there's just not going to be room for Carter in her life. It'd be hard to imagine. And Hope may tell Carter, you know what? No, I can't even talk about reuniting. I can't consider it. The man that I loved for years that I still care about, the father of my child, is dying. So I'm sorry. Too bad. And just kind of push him aside. We absolutely expect that Hope will be helping Steffi and Finn Tanner Novlin take care of Liam and for her to just focus on the limited time he has left with his daughters. Also, Hope's got to figure out how to tell Beth that her dad is dying. So just in the end, she doesn't have any bandwidth for Carter, especially not after he betrayed her. Those are her words, not mine. And along the way, there's also the chance that Hope and Liam may even spark and reunite whether he lives or whether he dies. So this should all leave Carter at loose ends. And of course, Daphne is probably going to be thinking, oh, okay, cool. Hope's out of the way. Now I'm going to get my man Carter. However, there's a chance Katie could swoop in and fight for Carter for a couple of reasons. First, Katie does not like Daphne. She does not want her to win Carter's heart, period. Second, Katie may want to keep Daphne away from Carter just in case her niece Hope wants to circle back around and get with him after Liam dies or if Hope changes her mind at some point. So Katie kind of might be bodyguarding Carter. And of course, third and very importantly, Katie overheard Daphne talking with Zen Forrester Dominguez Delandy Metz about her coming to L.A. with an agenda to seduce Carter and break up him and Hope. So Katie Heather Tom immediately confronted her and said, I heard you talking to Zen, and I know that you were doing Steffi's dirty work. And that's just one more reason Katie isn't going to want Daphne near Carter. And of course, you got to be real about it. Also, Katie still cares about Carter even though they aren't together anymore. And that whole situation was weird because if you remember, Katie and Carter were happily dating on Bold and the Beautiful. And then they just broke them up off screen to shove him into that plot with Hope out of nowhere. They basically broke up Katie and Carter and invented this after the fact infatuation that Carter claims to have had with Hope. It never existed. So now the sloppy writing at B&B could turn around and undo all that and backtrack and go back to Carter and Katie. Right now, Daphne's pushing really hard to get Carter. So it might be amusing to see Katie just kind of come in from the side like the raptor you didn't see on Jurassic Park and totally thwart her because Katie thinks Daphne is a shady schemer. Katie thinks the perfume lady is no good for Carter. And so we could see Katie getting closer to Carter at first to try and just keep Daphne away from him. But along the way, Katie may realize she wants Carter back. I mean, let's face it, Katie's got no love in her life and has not since her off-screen split from Carter. and they did have a very solid relationship based in a strong friendship. Both Katie and Carter have been very unlucky in love many, many times. They had that in common, too. And if you remember, Katie and Carter were really into each other, and they were getting serious, and then bang, they just went their separate ways. But Katie did stay friends with Carter, and there's no bad blood between them or anything like that. So I think they split him and Katie and shoved Carter into that insta-love romance with Hope because Heather Tom was busy as a writer and director on Bold and the Beautiful. She's also a director on other TV projects, so maybe she just didn't have time to stay in the storyline. But now, of course, Heather is doing more acting work as Katie. And if Hope is going to be preoccupied with Liam, whether it turns romantic or not, that might open the door to a reunion for Carter and Katie. So maybe Bold and the Beautiful will go that route if Hope and Carter are really kaput because Liam is terminally ill. And let's be real, it's not like Katie has any other hot prospects right now. Her ex-husband, Bill Spencer Don Diamond, tried to get her back, but she knows he'll always be hot for her sister, Brooke Logan Catherine Kelly Lang. So Katie and Bill are a non-starter, even though he had talked reuniting a few times. I just don't think she's going to go down that road again with Bill. And there's really not anybody else around for Katie. I liked her a lot when she was with Wyatt Spencer Darren Brooks. I thought that was a great coupling, but of course, Bill ruined it, and now BMB axed Darren Brooks and wrote Wyatt off the soap. So, if Katie is going to have a romance, Carter is the main candidate. I do think Katie was really good for Carter, and I think he deserves a woman like that. Not that Daphne wouldn't be devoted to him, because I do think she's pretty much obsessed and all in with Cart. I think Daphne would be totally devoted to him, but I just can't see Katie sitting back and letting Daphne win Carter without interfering, without possibly making a play to reunite with him herself. And of course, there is a chance that Katie and Carter won't spark again. They may have no plans to write a romance for Katie because she's busy backstage at B&B writing and directing. But if Hope tells Carter no reunion and Daphne thinks, okay, he's all mine, I do think it could be really fun to see Katie give Daphne a run for her money. And if Katie snagged Carter, well, that's okay. Daphne could just go pursue Zed. They'd be a cute couple. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.